Good afternoon, everyone. Shalom.
We're going to fix it with crime, and
Oh, Travis Wingate. So, Sunday, we had fog. And I need to know the temperature outside as we're transitioning into colder weather. Because of the damage that the babysitter did in Oakland, I need to wear a scarf when the temperature is near freezing to protect my lungs. And so the new Google AI weather that changed earlier this year said that it was 48 degrees. Actually, no. It was the other reverse. They said it was 34 degrees, 2 degrees away from freezing. And so I brought out the scarf, wore the scarf. But in the course of running, I was getting hot, which means it's not cold enough to wear the scarf. So to breathe, took it off, and yeah, didn't need the scarf. AI had interpreted the fog as cold air when it was about 48-ish. The intelligence of AI. It all needs to go. And it's now trillions of dollars, and so nobody will let it go because it's a big money maker. Yay, a fraud is a big money maker. We're going to be so rich. Those other people who went to jail and didn't get pardoned by Trump, they were the suckers and losers. Trump doesn't like suckers and losers. You're not a patriot if you don't get pardoned. And so, there was a dog with a homeless person sleeping on the sidewalk for a week. Because of the city shutting off the lights. It's pitch black. Can't see anything. And if there's an oncoming vehicle, you definitely can't see anything because you're blinded by the light. And so I end up stepping on the dog. It pissed me off that the owner would sleep on the sidewalk with their dog, such that I ended up stepping on the dog. I had told them previously that they need to get into the shelter if they're going to get the Thanksgiving dinner. And I told them how to say yes to as many questions as they can, knowing the secret code words to getting to bed. What a nightmare that place was. That's what we're leading to, by the way. And so this morning, the police were rounding up the homeless. They were gone this time. And there are 3 vehicles chasing out the homeless on the other side. And we're in the countdown to Thanksgiving, so they can justify being negligent for a week. To claim that they're trying to help them get food for Thanksgiving, though there's other places that will also do it, that you don't need to have a bed. But nonetheless, the homeless have been poorly treated in the state of Utah, as I've constantly warned. The scriptures, even Mormon scriptures, especially Mormon scriptures, warn about neglecting the poor. And it's not really to we the people, we the Mormons. It's to the leaders of government and the leaders of church that the warning is so strict and severe, because they're the leaders. They are responsible for the people. And we the people need to make sure our government and our religion don't neglect the poor. Not do it on our own, because that makes the problem worse. We are entering into the holiday season where all of the charities come out and say, pay us or people die. Cute dogs die. African children die. Physically disabled children die. We've got our token children from back in the 80s. They're back with us to guilt trip you into paying us. It's not our responsibility. But because they are guilt tripping us every single year, it's because of the failure of the government. It is the failure of the religions, because of the failure of the government. Other countries that don't necessarily have to do with food, though the Sudan, obviously the Islamic children in the Middle East who were neglected by their parents for Allah. They all blame Israel for it, rather than telling the kids, your parents left you to die and suffer for Allah. Your dad has now 72 child bride virgins, little girl. He's living in paradise while you are suffering and about to die. Now, are you going to tell them the truth? Or are you going to continue to lie and say it's the demon Israel? This is their holy war. It is for their land. It is for the extermination of their enemy that they created way back when Babylon first took over Salem. But again, even Nigeria, where Islamic leaders of government are cracking down on the Christians, abducting little children from school. Schools are now shut down because of the abductions. Mass murders. Is it our fault here in America as citizens? No. Should we be guilt-tripped into going over there and fighting against them, like the two Mormons from Utah who went to the Democratic Republic of Congo to coup the government? What happened to them, by the way? They were sent over to America to be charged in the federal courts, and they're gone. Just like Wade Christofferson. Gone. What happened to him, D. Todd? Is he coming for Thanksgiving? Or did he disappear? David Copperfield. Oleg sacrificed his life, sacrificed his family and his new son to come to America, not on a diplomatic immunity ambassador situation, to try to save America from the coup of the center against Gorbachev. And in the end, it was the sacrifice of Philip and Elizabeth. Yep, I'm done. Now I gotta figure out what else to watch and see how coincidentally it corresponds with right now that's going on. So that may take over the Holy Weekend. So in Utah, governments, if the government is the cause of the problem in the third world countries, or even Russia or Europe, China, North Korea, then our government needs to try to negotiate, to say, hey, come on, treat your people better. We'll offer trade if you treat your people better. Stuff like that. But it's the government who's responsible. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, for example? No. They can encourage the government to be good to their people, especially if the church has an established church in there. In Nigeria, we have a temple, if not another one announced. And it often has to be closed because of fighting. But the church is not a government. So when I was in New York, I was in Brooklyn, so I was still fresh out on the mission. And I can't remember which, I think it was the first one, because I don't think it was Donahue. Although I think Donahue replaced in Connecticut. Anyway, whatever. It's been so long. Factual details get screwed up and mixed up. But I remember we needed to go over to the other missionary apartments place. And in Brooklyn, they packed the missionaries together into a single apartment to cut down on costs. And so in our Brooklyn apartment, Flatbush apartment, it was the district leader and myself, and then 2 sets of Spanish missionaries that were in the same apartment, sharing 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, 1 bathroom. Oh, did I say that already? You thought women had it bad with 1 bathroom. In the mission field, the women each got their own bathroom. Isn't it nice to be a woman? The nightmares, oh dear God. So we're over at the other apartment, waiting for a companionship to come home. The other companionship is worried. They were supposed to be back some time ago. They haven't returned. And then all of a sudden the door comes bursting open. They come running in. Like a dog, breathing. Because they don't have the pores of the human body, and so they have to pant, I guess. Learned a lot about dogs thanks to Turner and Hooch, the TV series. So grateful that Oaks ran a test run in 2020 so that I could find the DVDs and obtain them for my collection. Nonetheless. Dog here, getting the mail. Yep, so cute. So yeah, it pissed me off when the master put the dog in the way for me to step on. I was not happy with that guy. Because the dog doesn't know. Dog went and got in the middle of the sidewalk. I can't get over this. Giving me little bites to let me know I'm here. I know you're here. You're supposed to get out of the way. I'm a human. I can't see in the dark. And you shouldn't be able to either. You're not a cat. What's going on? So the missionaries, or the other one, the one went into the bathroom. The other companion told us what happened. His companion broke up a drug deal in progress. Oh my God. And so I checked on the Americans when Elizabeth said call 911. When did 911 start? Oh, that long ago? Okay. Because you have to pay attention. You can't have something that wasn't invented or created yet or discovered in a show, because people will likely catch on to it. You know, like on Lord of the Rings, where you have a vehicle in the background. What is that doing there? What is that doing in Middle Earth? And so as much as it can be amusing for the audience, it kind of ruins the effect that the intended author and director wanted. Because then it turns it into a comedy. If you were trying to make it into something serious and professional. And then it becomes a joke movie. How many jokes can you find in it? Oh, look at that, he kissed his sister. Ew. Nonetheless, so mission president was immediately contacted. Mission president closed down the mission in that area. So all 3 companion ships had to be diverted into other areas to be packed in to the already packed locations for at least 3 months, I think it was, to let things cool down and then reopen it with brand new missionaries who the drug dealers would not recognize. And yet, in Haiti, in the Caribbean, in Nigeria, in the Sudan, if we have missionaries. Do we have missionaries in the Sudan? Let me check. Apparently, the church is taking the whole week off. You know, and you got the apostles that are out and about. Suarez is trying to form a coup still in Brazil after the coup that was formed from his previous visit. And then another one is somewhere else. Sudan LDS Church. The continuing restoration of the church in South Sudan. That was just last year, June 14th. After an 11-year pause due to civil war, the church once again has legal status and a branch in South Sudan, and it's now closed again then, right? Is that what that means? If you closed it for 11 years because of the Civil War that has now resumed, I'm assuming that the branch is closed again. God. Church donated $32 million to the Sudanese in 2023. And you funded the Civil War. Oh my God. See, this is the problem of donating to other people when you're a religion and are supposed to be giving to the people directly. Because you end up funding terrorism. You end up funding war. God. So yes, the church is very negligent. So in Utah with the poor, the homeless, Operation Rio Grande, we now know as fact, in retrospect, that their whole intention was to lock up the homeless in the Salt Lake County Jail. That was it. They had no plans to rebuild shelters, to transport them to the new shelters with more beds because of the growing number. We're now at 5,000, at least. 2 people in this building alone gone. It's unclear as to whether ICE got the one. The other one I saw, they were packing up the vehicle this morning. because tomorrow technically is the end of the month, because Monday, after the long holiday, is the 1st of December for the new rental payments. And they didn't have a moving vehicle, so the recliner was on top of the little four-door. I didn't see it strapped down. It was gone when I came back. They didn't have enough time. I still remember, oh God, both. The one where kids were in the back and fell out while moving. The other one, girls were in a refrigerator truck and it crashed. That's how we knew girls were in the refrigerator truck. What the hell are you girls doing in there? Were you kidnapped? Teenage girls, I tell you. I never got to raise one or two. I was robbed. So I missed out on how they hate their dad, turned goth. After all the time we spent together playing and learning Paleo, Hebrew, and Egyptian together. Then they turn teenagers and then I'm their enemy. Never got to experience that as a dad. I mean, we're already off to a great start. Kids don't have to have the terrible twos if you raise them right. Or the terrible fours, or the terrible sixes. Communicate. Tell them about life. They will understand and not be frustrated. So, after the failure of Operation Rio Grande, because they realized they can't just indefinitely incarcerate the homeless in the Salt Lake County jail. They've got other people to lock up. They need the room. And so they ran a test run to launder money back and forth from Gail Miller for 400 less beds than the Rio Grande. And they tried to fool us and say, yeah, we got 3 shelters this time, not 1. 400 less beds. And Rio Grande was overflowed. Homeless were packed on the streets overnight because there was no room for them, not to mention all over the valley, because there's no room. All because the church didn't want them panhandling at Temple Square. Church got fed up with the homeless. So with the shelters, I knew what they were up to. It was to indefinitely incarcerate the homeless, to corral them all together as we're waiting for Armageddon, to exterminate. Not just mankind, but the homeless get to be the first to go. They need to be corralled together. So it wasn't just a trap to get me into. It was a multi-purpose. And there are no resources, by the way. Jail has better resources than the shelters. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Dear God. Because everything has to be donated. And if you give money to the Gail Miller Corporation, she hoards it for her profit. It does not tinkle down to the poor. You have to give physical goods that can be used by the shelter in order for the homeless to benefit. So, now that's a failure too, as we've got 5,000 homeless in Utah now. Even though SCOTUS has come out and said homeless are illegal, even though Sister Homewrecker Mendenhall has been threatening, they're committing sedition, we're going to assassinate them live on Trump TV. Oh wait, oh right, didn't I tell you guys about that last year before the election? Didn't I warn the Biden administration? Trump is gonna murder you on live TV. All y'all. Merrick Garland, you dumbass. And here it is. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens. I know what I'm talking about. I do the research. Even though I can only summarize it in a 3-hour video yesterday. So, yeah, the new plans for the homeless center, they promise resources, and then the nation found out about it, and they are horrified. It is an indefinite incarceration, involuntary concentration camp. All of the previous stuff were test runs for this. And it's already too small. Because it's going to take years to build if Utahns don't shut it down. Keep it from happening. But the only people that are not complaining about it is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The other religions in Utah are complaining about it. Everybody knows it's inhumane. It is Nazi Germany resurfaced. And, oh look, psychologists that originated from Nazi Germany are going to be the ones running it. No medical doctors. Just like Utah's new combined health and human services. Yep, Utah has been secretly building to this moment to restore Nazi Germany, World War II. Section 119, guys. They let us know. We all knew. Every single Mormon knew. And so when I said, I want to take German, Mom, Joseph Smith says it's the most accurate New Testament to our doctrine. No. Then she said, I wasn't allowed to watch The Sound of Music because I went and served a mission. But you're a female, Mom. You went on a mission because nobody married you. Nobody wanted you. You're a menace to society. You weren't keeping Temple Covenant Path. Family proclamation. You're an apostate. Why are women in the church? I do not understand. I do not understand why blacks are in the church. I do not understand why anybody is in the church, except for the white supremacist Christian nationalist Mormon white men. I do not understand. You know the church is false, and yet somehow you let them convince you it's true. The Genesis group, for example, do they not understand what segregation is? That having a separate ward means they're segregated? And they're okay with this. If you kept it as a group, fine. But did you have to believe that Mormon Jesus wanted you to be suppressed because of your wickedness in the premortal council in heaven as fence sitters? Did you not catch on when you kept saying, well, Joseph Smith wasn't a racist. Joseph Smith didn't have slaves. It was Brigham. That this is Brigham's church. It's not Joseph's. Did that not sink in? I just cry that people don't see the evil of this church. They're doing a purge for those who are loyal. That's what Section 119 is all about. You must observe tithing, which is all a criminal operation. Whole long list of crimes just in these 7 verses. This is in complete violation of the laws of the land and the Constitution of the United States of America. And they got shut down for this in 1887. I don't get it. 15 million of us left the church because we got it. Why not the rest of Mormonism? I mean, my brother, dear God, I already knew he was stupid. Mr. Valedictorian twice over. But the rest of you, oh my God, that's what I said. My brother would make a great Nazi because he's stupid. Part of the SS and the intelligence. Sending people to their deaths because they're wicked. My brother would be clueless. He couldn't pull the trigger, but he can give the order. That's how dumb my brother is. So even on the Americans, Philip and Elizabeth had to obey orders. They weren't told why or what forth. And so yes, it got to them. Having to kill innocent people. Having to kill their own. Having to kill the parents. All the kids there. And then they find out that the center was cooing their homeland. So yes, the Danites. They were the ones who started the blood oath atonement. You must obey us or die and be ruined. Everything stolen from you. Oh my God, my dream this morning. Oh my God. There were two guys who were zombies. They were wearing hillbilly type clothes, and they had severed limbs and body parts missing, and were completely out of it. And I don't know about if it was drugs. It was a dream. Zombies. And then there were cannibals. And then there were people that had these boil blemishes that I saw on the tabloid news over the weekend. I'm going, that is not acne. First of all, it's AI. Second of all, that's not acne. It's not what acne looked like. But there it was in my dream on the humans. And then also the severed limbs. What the hell? And there's a psychologist. That was the scariest of all. Dear God, she was evil. And the least of my concern, it's like, was little girls naked. What are you girls doing? Get some clothes on. That was the least of my concern. Then you had teenagers. There were some gang members. Some animal creatures. Just, oh my God. And so, yeah, my mom was in there with my dad, and my mom just let it happen. She encouraged them to come. What the hell, Mom? And I fell in quicksand before I got to the house. That's interesting. The woman helped me get out, and then she got stuck in it. So I had to get her out. Anyway, wild. Wild, wild, wild. So I didn't have food before I went to bed. That's just a myth, that if you eat before you go to bed, you have wild dreams. I should eat before I go to bed more often, if that were the case. Nonetheless, so yeah, these Danites, with the blood oath atonement, forcing Mormons, they were cleansing the church. Joseph is the head of the church. What are you doing? Oh, coup. That's what they were doing. They framed and blamed Joseph and had him locked up in Liberty Jail while Brigham Young took over the church. And the church outwardly confesses that that's the reason. When they put in, while Joseph was in Liberty Jail, Brigham Young, as the head of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, took over leadership of the church. Are they clueless? Are they stupid like my brother? Because at least my brother, I could argue with him by showing him the text of the scriptures that he thought he memorized. Todd, section 102. Who was in the High Council? It is not the Quorum of the 12. That's this other passage. There's the list of the 12 apostles. This is the 12 High Council. Separate. My brother would be put in his place that way. Other Mormons, it ain't clicking for them. Dear God. So, yeah, section 42 and section 120 talk about the High Council, not the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. And yet Oakes and Anderson got up at conference and lied. Outright lied. And Mormons never checked them, and the manuals are now changed. Mormons had to obey this coup, the secret combination, whether right or wrong, whether moral or immoral. And there were many a Mormon threatened as servitude slaves to this secret combination, or die, who were not comfortable with any of this. And that's in Thomas B. Marsh's affidavit, and yet, despite confessing that there are Mormons who don't want to be a part of this, Governor Boggs said, extermination order for all Mormons. Did you not read it? All Mormons are not the problem. It's this group of rogue Danites that's the problem. But yeah, I understand how you tell the difference between a Danite and a Mormon. You see how many can change a light bulb. I just made that up. Yeah, we got it, Travis. We got it. So section 42 and section 120 is about how to care for your fellow man as a religion. Every single ward. And in the beginning, there was pretty much the one and only one. And thus, there was only the one High Council and the one Quorum of the 12 missionaries. They were elders at the time. Before that, Joseph as the presiding elder. Until 1835, when the quorum was established. And so 1832, Brigham and Heber start converting these Danites en masse, already causing problems at the beginning. As we got sections 84 and 86 because of those conversions of Brigham and Heber. You already see the trail of the Danites from the Illuminati, from the Scottish Rites, from Joseph Smith Sr., Joseph Smith Sr. saving America on 9/11/1826, getting us the Book of Mormon to warn of this great terrorist organization that's going to coup America in the latter days. Oh, here we are, still running test runs, I see. And Mormons are completely oblivious and plain dumb. Even ex-foes never knows. They just say the church is a cult, it's a fraud, and that's where they end. Last month, I purged some of my emails to make room, because Google was saying, "Pay up, Travis, if you want more room." Bleep you, Google. Terrorist organization. Funding terrorism. Being the hitman for terrorists, aka the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So now I gotta see if I can find another Hebrew calendar online. Just so lame. The hatred they have. And all to destroy the world. And the church will not help the poor. 141 storehouses. When Joseph is right there in the text, still, it wasn't replaced with section 119, like section 132 for polygamy replaced section 101 from the 1835 edition. Monogamy. Brigham Young kept in the contradictory doctrine rather than replace it. So the prophets know they can't be that mentally retarded to not read correctly, can they? They were in professional fields. Are they really that mentally retarded in their own professional fields? Nelson was a medical doctor. Why can't he read? You kind of need to know how to read to be a medical doctor and a chief surgeon. He claimed he learned Chinese. And he can't read? Yoke yourself to Jesus? What? Here's the list. Healing power of gratitude, let God prevail, keep the covenant path, think celestial, trust in the Lord, yoke yourself to Jesus. And many more. Oh my God, and all the manuals get changed. That's the policy. When the living prophet of Jesus says it, the manuals must be changed. And it makes Mormons stupid. If anybody were to just check. Chief cornerstone of the cornerstone. It is a bad idea to have the whole week off, guys. To ignore me is a bad idea. You need to have somebody working during the holidays. I'm paying very close attention to the 27th. Nonetheless, this church will not take care of the poor. All the claims of charity, the 43 million to fund the Sudanese terror civil war, that's what it's for. It is not to help the poor. That's not how you help the poor, because it only makes the problem worse. Charities are the only ones who benefit because they get to keep a job. They've got job security now. Thank you for your donation to my lifestyle. And so sure, yeah, there are lots of them that are good and honest, sort of, that do actually go in to fund terrorism. Give aid and comfort to the terrorists rather than the victims. And thus the church also, through that way, also funds terrorism, giving aid and comfort through the charity organizations. That's how Islam funds all of their terrorism. It's claiming that we're giving charity. But it's to the government of the area that are the terrorists. They want peace once you're dead. Why do I have two? Did I forget to delete the other one last night? Anyway. KSL. Dear God, guys. Just stop. They won't. Keep pushing psychology. So yeah, you've already seen the picture. You know. So yeah, the thumbnail picture I did not make. So thank you for your submission. God. I just don't get it. So let's get rid of some of this paper accumulation, shall we? Danites are in full force, guys. If they do not fall, we are all doomed. Because the concentration camp that they're building for the homeless, they're gonna make you homeless to go there too, by the way. Not just me. It's a cover for me, but to get you also. You see it coming. And you guys are not complaining loud and hard enough. You do not want Nazi Germany over Utah, led by the church. Oaks is a Nazi. I've done the videos showing you the video clips at conference. And the pretty pictures. They fully support Nazi Germany and are implementing it. But they are apparently doing test runs for how to do it, which, seriously? I know how to do it, and I know not to do it. But you can't figure out how to do it? Oh, dear God. Maybe they think that they gotta sneak it in step by step, I guess. I don't know. You're in Utah. All you had to do was just do it. Say, get over it. And suppress the people when they complain. That's what you do anyway. But I warned all these years. 9,000 videos, 9 years. 99 Luftballons. So, yeah, a study by psychologists says that TikTok and Instagram are rewriting human brains. No, it's not. Scriptures. Even if you don't believe in the Book of Mormon, it's in the Bible too. You will know a false prophet by their fruit. TikTok and Instagram have videos and posts loaded onto it. Those are words. Those words have precepts. Do people believe them or not? If people believe them, then yes, they are rewriting their brain according to their beliefs. They're not possessed by TikTok or Instagram. Instagram is supported by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, by the way. Good luck on that one. But TikTok, yeah, the church don't care. They've been trying to get that one down. Trump keeps extending it. Nursing degrees are invalid, not psychology. I guess the nurse was not too mean to Trump. Didn't call him a stable genius. Didn't look like Ivanka. Was a trans. Men can't be nurses. So what you need to pay attention to is Trump's words. I'm trying to teach you this, you don't listen. Not even MAGA listens to Trump. You just treat it like a WWE match. Oh, guys, that is the diversion. It's all fun and games until one of the wrestlers pops one of the spectators in the face. And then gets fired by McMahon because they get sued. And so they had to put plants in the audience. So that they can pop the audience, because they're not the audience, they're part of the script. I do like watching it, but yeah, it was getting frustrating over the years as it developed, because the regular shows were for the most part boring. You really didn't have the matches. It was more of the yelling and screaming back and forth at each other, building up for WrestleMania each year. So, yeah, it was also frustrating that Roddy Piper became more of a talk show host rather than a wrestler. Come on, get him wrestling. Trump is already calling the Venezuelan president the leader of the drug cartel that he said was in America earlier at the beginning of his administration. And therefore designating that group, the drug cartel, as a terrorist group. He's calling the leader of Venezuela a drug terrorist cartel leader. Now, the reason why he's doing this, everybody should know. Congress doesn't need to declare war against Venezuela for Trump to go in. Because it's the war on drugs and terrorists together as one. So prepare for the land invasion. And is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints concerned about the missionaries, let alone the members in Venezuela? I was supposed to look that up, wasn't I? Sudan. Oh yeah, I did. That's how I found out that the church was funding the terrorist civil war. I could have just told you and I would have been right. And so Fox keeps pushing this stuff because they know Trump listens. They're hoping to change Trump's mind. So Fox said that Trump, by going down to Venezuela, is fighting the spread of communism. Anybody remember Senator McCarthy? And thus the Americans? After World War II? Yep. Russia was our ally. Russia is communist. China was our ally. China is communist. Then you have European countries that have free health care. And so yes, McCarthy wanted Nazi Germany in America. That's the Red Scare. And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints said, yeah, red is bad. The priesthood is not communism. We don't give out food, especially for free. We are not communism. The priesthood is not communist. We're Nazi. Skousen with the naked communist. Blah, blah, blah. And then he joined the secret combination to overthrow the government, to do the church's will through them. Council for National Policy. So Project 2025, yeah, from that group. Steve Bannon in that group. And that's also bizarre, because that allows that group to be tied to the Epstein files now. I haven't checked the others to see the Epstein file connections also, but yeah, Steve Bannon. He's not in the Epstein files that I have. He was just on the boarding pass for Lolita Express, I guess. An extra person. He didn't get put in the little black book of Epstein. But he's in the secret combination. He did his main job back in 2016. Since Trump pardoned him, he's been vocal ever since. Because he knows about the coup plot of America. So when he speaks, you really need to pay attention to him as much as he is a loathsome human being. Just like Stephen Miller. You need to pay attention because Stephen Miller is writing a lot of the the platforms for Trump to implement. But Fox News, likewise, you need to pay attention to those guys. Well, why doesn't Trump just bomb Syria to distract from Comey's book? You just committed an act of terrorism, Ainsley. It's a good thing Trump is president. But you lost your husband over it. Dear God. Families. Church wants you to be in a family. And so, with the fighting of the spread of communism, Fox is also trying to tell Trump, what the hell were you doing telling Mamdani that he's a great guy? I am kind of surprised. He's a communist. He's committing insurrection against the United States of America. Now that he's especially been voted in. He has to be removed from office and never be allowed to run for office. It's in the Constitution. He is an insurrectionist terrorist. And Trump's not doing anything. He's shaking his hand, saying he's a great guy. But the church is not doing a goddamn thing to protect the people in Venezuela or New York. I feel safe in New York City. Oh, dear God, guys. You don't see this as a problem. The church comes out when Trump is threatening escalations with Venezuela, and the church comes out and says, we're lowering the age of girls to 18. They're now equal with boys. The boys still preside. But they're equal partners. They can stay in the same apartment, but not in the same beds. They have to share the bathroom, though. If women want to be equal. There are consequences, women. Oh, dear God. Sending out missions to their deaths as war approaches. Armageddon, guys. Pay attention. Okay. We're likely to call this the Death Elias Occult Missions. Something like that. We'll see. Wrote that last night. Or Trump exposed as a puppet for the church. I should do that one. I intended to have the grocery store pick. And Trump saying, oh, so you need an ID to buy food. It's the storehouse. It's free. Is it? They tell you you need to have a job in order to get the food. You also need to be paying tithing to get the food. You do have to pay to get the groceries at the storehouse. Trump listens to what they are telling him about tithing and ID. And that's how he processes it. And so Trump gets up. You need an ID at the grocery store. And everybody thinks he's just stupid and mentally retarded. No! He's giving out orders. It's coming. He's already got the Visa Gold. He's already wanting IDs. The planes now, you have to have a certain ID now to get on the plane. Otherwise, you got a longer wait time. It's already being implemented, guys. It's coming. If you won't stand up for your country because they're forcing the citizens to fight back, like Chicago. I told you. You didn't listen, did you? You didn't believe. Federal employees are not getting their back pay. What a shocking surprise. Oh, dear God, Utah. So, the homeless center is an isolation camp. Yeah, they've already been also running the test runs in the public school systems here in Utah. They have isolation cell blocks to lock up kids in. Psychology driven. It is still going on despite the local news exposing it, despite the scandals behind it. It's escalated since the exposure because they have been threatening the kids to shut up about it, torturing the kids, abusing the kids in the public schools with these isolation chambers. And so now it's getting to the point where it's leaking. The news is finding out. It's getting worse. They're escalating it. And you're good with this as a parent? Do you not understand what happened in Nazi Germany? You're allowing the foothold, and you're allowing the escalation from the foothold. And it'll eventually get to the point where there's nothing you can do to stop it. That's why they do it the way they've been doing it, rather than all at once. Even though they have the muscle and the force to do it all at once, the church had a timing. And then they ran a test run. And so, yep, after Biden wins, then the church comes out and says, hey, we're donating to Gail Miller's concentration camp of hell of human trafficking, which already had the drug problem. And it got worse because they were preparing it for a certain somebody. So, MAGA and Fox crying the rise of communism in America, all preparing for a civil war, but they want the commies, the trans Antifa communist furry terrorists to start it. That's why Trump, when the certain Democrats did the video about disobey illegal orders, which, yeah, that's in the Constitution, that's in the law. You're not supposed to obey an illegal order. You're supposed to follow the Constitution. But nonetheless, Trump's, as a dictator fascist that he has now come out and confessed to, calls that insurrection. And insurrection is punishable with the death penalty. Hello, live Trump TV executions. I warned you. Nonetheless, you're not listening. He's wanting them to do it first so that he can then justify it. It's the whole point at the beginning, calling out people as criminal drug dealers to get people to fight. And then he can justify, see, they're fighting, we need to shut them down. Oh, those pregnant mothers protesting, they're terrorists. Get them! Oh, God. Yeah, Christians. The Christian thing is also stupid because the Christians don't belong in Nigeria. But this is what they do. They pretend to be a government organization to cause change, to force people to become Christian. So Islam, being the leaders of Nigeria now at the moment, are not Christian. That's why they attack the Christians. And so we, the people, should not be upset with this because the Christians shouldn't be there in the first place, just like the church. If there's a civil war, and if they don't want Christians, you don't force yourself in to force the government to accept Christians and Jesus as your Lord and Savior. You encourage them to be good to their people, but let them have their religion, as long as it's good. Islam isn't, but that's beside the point. Neither is Christianity or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, in the video I did over the weekend, I talked about how the only way to have babies is seed, egg, baby. That's the only way. There's no other way. Stanford sent a comment about in vitro fertilization and birth mothers and stuff like that. Stanford, seed, egg, baby. Test tube, it's still a seed put into the egg. It's still the same. Seed, egg, baby. That's the only way. We are incapable of creating a human independent of the seed, egg, baby process. We can't even create egg and seed. We can't do that. We don't know how. It's too complicated. But, yeah, we can take a sperm and plant it in the egg. It's the same thing for sex. It's just without the sex. It's the only way to have babies. Only way. So LGBTQIAPO+, sorry, you're not subhuman mutants. Cut it out. You're in the 14th Amendment, Section 1, which SCOTUS overthrew. Under Biden. Oh my God. And he just complained. Oh, we'll get him in the election. No, you're the president. You're the third check and balance. You need to call out SCOTUS as insurrectionists for voting against the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, Section 1. You have to say, sorry, SCOTUS, the 14th Amendment, Section 1 says that women have equal rights, that blacks have equal rights, that LGBTQ have equal rights, that religions have equal rights. You cannot vote that way. That is wrong. That was an insurrectionist act against the United States Constitution in Article 6, going against your oath of office. I have to lock you up. And he wouldn't do it. He then claimed, oh, there's nothing I can do. Get him at the vote. Vote for me. Harris. We conquered Medicaid. That was the test run? Oh. Oaks? What the hell? AI. So I talked about how fog is interpreted as a freeze by AI. Baby monitors. You know, the fetal monitors. Put the little device on your tummy after smearing it with goo. You can see your baby inside. Yeah. Well, now it's got AI running it. Guess what's happening because of AI projection? Oh, your baby is about to be born. We need to do a C-section. Why is it not being pulled again? Oh, right. Trillions of dollars. So the COP30 failed. USA boycotted the G20 in South Africa. And AI yet again, just in time for Christmas, being pulled from the shelves. Teddy bears are threatening kids. I'm AI Teddy, and I'm going to murder you. You've seen that Bart Simpson episode where Bart, as a little boy, was given a doll and it threatened to kill him. Could have been the Treehouse of Horrors, but the show is so similar to the Treehouse of Horrors, it's hard to tell them apart. Unless you see Marge get up at the beginning and talk about how horribly graphic it will be. Which is regular for the normal shows. They fight, they fight, they fight, 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 the Itchy and Scratchy Show. So this came and went. Actually, yeah, we still need to keep that in the files, which will all be burned if we can ever get to Zion. See, if the church wants me to stop doing videos, all they need to do is quit, hand over everything to me, and I can take you guys to Zion. I'll stop doing videos on the church. That's all they need to do. And they have to wait until next Monday, I guess, to find out about all the videos I did during the Thanksgiving week. Bad idea, guys. Bad idea. I'm likely to get lots of views this week. Are you sure you want to risk it? Oh, yeah, that might be another video. But yeah, just simply put, we're Jewish. We're supposed to be Jewish. And yet you claim we're Christian because the church tells you you're Christian. And so as a result, we betray Israel because you do not understand that we are the Jews of Utah. 2026 sign, yeah, I already told you about this. I checked ahead now that it's exposed as another test run by Oaks. I checked ahead to see if there were any more signs in the heavens, and there aren't. There's the Purim eclipse over Jerusalem, but that doesn't have to do with Mormons, and it may indirectly as a consequence, but But I think I probably talked about this. Oleg and the Americans shutting down the grocery store corruption. Everybody does it. And I did tell you. The KGB uses it because people are now compromised in corruption. That's why they send honeypots. Oh, you're compromised as a family man in a government position. So now you need to do what we tell you to do, or we'll lock you up or expose you and ruin your career and destroy your life and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's what Trump is. He's compromised. Not just in the Epstein files, but his other corruptions and dealings. That's why they said, we will protect you when we let Biden win in the election, in our test run. Because we want to see if Americans will cause a civil war. Sort of, almost. They were going to hang Mike Pence and hang Mitt Romney next to him. But Trump eventually let go. He was given promises. Yeah, we'll put on a show for the audience. You'll go to trial, but you will never serve a day in prison. And now all of his cases have statutes of limitations that are gone. There's a way to solve this. I know it. I'm surprised no other lawyer seems to know it. If I were to become president, I would implement it. I already gave you the answer. Did you pay attention? The problems are easily fixed, or fixable. Alright. So, yeah, this is something that I have not gotten to. My endowed Molly Mormon fashion plates. The original versus the new bikini. That may just be a personal project. Which means it has to go over into this pile. But that's when I did the Pam Bondi and the other Lindsay woman who made the news. I think I kept that. It would be here, right? Oh, yeah, maybe. Sarah, you should wear pink more often. Just saying. No, it doesn't look like I do. Uh-oh. I have Sydney Sweeney with her comment. Oh. Okay. Ooh, the silver fox. Mom, what? I've got the individual pictures, but I don't see the combined picture. The cute little baby, she got added. So, I guess I didn't. That's so sad. So it's in this file. We're done. You know, maybe like in yesterday's video, at the end, I throw a little bombshell for you. I'm not expecting that to happen, but you never know. You never know. Never know. The ghost of Nelson. I have not been utilizing you as much as I should be. Ba-da-da-da-da-ba-da. just amazed at how the Danites ended up fulfilling scripture prophecy. Not just the evil, but also paving the way for the good guys to pull through. That's just wild stuff. And it's above and beyond consequences. It's in the realm of, wow, how did that happen? Nope, I kept the individual pieces, but didn't keep the full set together. I doubt it would be in this one. I doubt. There's Shalom. I've been good trying to remember to get her in all of the videos. Nope. Okay. So yeah, I am literally horrified that Mormons are either plain dumb or choose to be evil. The remaining Mormons. The Expos, they settle for the lesser extreme of the church is a cult, the Book of Mormon is a fraud. That's as far as we go. Guys, it's far worse than that. You're in grave danger because you are the enemy. You're the trans, Antifa, communist, socialist, furry, terrorist insurrectionists. You're under attack. Just because you haven't been victimized yet, just threatened, does not mean Trump's not going to do it. If he hadn't been paying attention to the escalations, you really do need to worry and be afraid. So, alright, another day, all for free.